Hey, long time no see. Actually, not very long. How are you doing, guys? This is an announcement, or several announcements. Let's see. I don't want to make this too formal. I mean, have I ever been too formal? Sometimes I try to be formal, but I shouldn't be. I told you that, well, it's not just a matter of telling. You have seen by yourselves that the majority of my content, pretty much all of it by now, has been live streamed. Right now, I'm working on three main projects when it comes to live streaming, and a few secondary projects as well. Okay, I provide I provided details about that on an informative video at the beginning of the year. You are not gonna go back to that, so I'm gonna remind you here. The three main projects are the RetroQuest that you have been able to see on this channel um, through the playthrough of Yoshi's Island, the second game out of the series. I already have 7 games finished, so there's a lot of material to upload. Non-serious gaming on the secondary channel. I'm still doing the first game for that because I took a long break, as you know. Plants vs Zombies. Retro replays, basically the same replay series that I've been doing since ever, but now live. I'm doing Luigi's Adventure 3, which is also the first game of this new live series. And a few secondary projects as well. Non-serious gaming special edition, and the projects from the secondary channels, playing ROM hacks and PC games. You know, from the secondary channels, they will be specific according to the theme for the channel in question. But the three main projects are the RetroQuest, non-serious gaming, and the replays, plus the secondary ones. But I want to start a new project, yes, another one. So yeah, you have all the right to hate me even more now, or to suck my dick even harder, because I'm gonna provide you more entertainment than ever. Okay? I would prefer you to suck my dick instead, right? Everybody would, except women. So I'm gonna put a project above these three main projects, and that project is going to be called Retro's Backlog. It's going to be a project in which I'm going to be playing and hopefully beating. It's not mandatory though. I will be playing through my whole collection of games. Physical copies, digital copies, but not emulators. Not emulators at all. I mean, in order to play games through emulator, we have the other series. But this series includes hundreds of games. I have hundreds of discs, cartridges, and digital copies on Steam and bundles that I have been buying. So, in that series, I will be playing through my entire game library. Two things that you should know about this series. One, there is going to be a live version of the backlog and a pre-recorded version of the backlog. They are not complementary to one another. They are two different series. That's what I mean by providing you a shitload of entertainment. Besides all the series I'm working on, I am doing a more important series or project that goes above these three that I mentioned at the beginning. And it's going to have a live series and a pre-recorded counterpart. I told you that pretty much all of my material will be live streamed, but there will be also stuff that is going to go pre-recorded. I have been making a schedule. Probably not many of you have been noticing. At least the ones who follow me on Facebook or Twitter have been noticing some of that I upload specific videos on specific days and sometimes at specific times of the day. Sometimes. But I actually have a schedule, an uploading schedule, and also a streaming schedule by now, for the last 3 weeks practically. And I will continue like that throughout the rest of the year, most likely, this year. The thing is, the majority of my stuff will be live, as I said repeatedly. not only on this video, but also in previous videos and also in the actual gameplay videos. I have been mentioning that several times. But not everything will be live. There will be pre-recorded stuff since always, like always. Like I have always done throughout my YouTube career. I mentioned the schedule issue because as part of the schedule, I want to upload live stuff Monday through Friday. So on the weekends, and only on the weekends, I will be uploading pre-recorded stuff on different channels sometimes. But this is mostly about the backlog, okay? There will be a live show that will be uploaded later on this channel, and a pre-recorded counterpart that will be also uploaded on this channel, but on weekends. Just for you to know, I just want to show this off real quick. This is going to be the overlay for my streaming. This is the overlay for my streaming since yesterday. You have been looking at different overlays or attempts for an overlay, but now this, for example, this black rectangle is going to be the chat, so you will be able to read what people are saying. Remember, I'm using YouTube and Twitch at the same time, so you will be able to read what people say on both chats at the same time. We have this little logo. For example, I usually put other ones such as the Retro Quest, the replays, which is behind, Non-Serious Gaming down there. I change it according to the show. I've been fucking around with some of the logos and the overlay in general, but I think yesterday or today morning actually got my ultimate overlay for the live streaming, so you can see my face, you can see the chat, and you can see the game with a very simple but nifty and very practical overlay, in my opinion. Well, you will be able to see that on the live edition of the backlog, as well as all of my other shows from now on. Right now, for example, if you go back to my videos and see Yoshi's Island, or if you go to Plants vs. Zombies, you just see the different background color, which goes according to the show. Of course, usually light blue. I'm explaining these things just for you to know the details, okay? This is interesting. Might be interesting for many of you. Usually the blue background is for the Retro Quest, the purple background is for Non-Serious Gaming, the orange background is for the secondary projects. They usually try to put them that way. The green background that you see now is for the backlog. Okay, that's why I put it this way with a little logo. Actually, I'm going to be streaming the backlog in around an hour and a half, the first episode. And for the pre-recorded version, this will be also the background, the little border thing that you will see on the videos. I already started the pre-recorded backlog, but when I started the project that I'm going to be uploading since this weekend, I wasn't even thinking about the backlog. It was just the pre-recorded project for the weekend. But now I have decided that pre-recorded project will be my game library. But as I said before, I also will be doing a live version of my game library, or the backlog, as I called it, and also will be uploaded here, but on a different day, probably during the week. So you can perfectly differentiate the live version, which is actually very hard to miss, because you will be able to see the chat in the case of the live show, and of course the pre-recorded one will be also very easy to identify. So yeah, these were the news for this update video. I really hope you are not too confused, but basically, in order to summarize, I'm still doing my three main projects for the live streaming, the Retro Quest, Non-Serious Gaming, and the replays, and also a few secondary ones, the special edition of Non-Serious Gaming and some others, ROM hacks, and right now I'm doing, for example, Mario Gives Up 3 on Chilean Retro Gamer 5 if you want to check it out. So yeah, though I'm doing the main ones and a few secondary ones, but I'm doing something above all of them, which is going to be the backlog. Live and pre-recorded separately. Of course, I'll end up repeating games, but I will plan it out in order not to get games repeated and not to clash with one another. There are hundreds of games. That's not going to happen, trust me. I will plan it out very carefully, and they could be easily 2 years before I end up repeating a game on a live show on a pre-recorded one. So believe me, that's not going to happen. So yeah, thank you very much for listening to me, for having me patience, and oh yeah, the schedule for I'm usually streaming pretty much every day in the afternoon with these regular live stream shows, but the backlog will be in the evenings. Usually Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Sometimes 3 out of the 4 days, sometimes the 4 days. Okay? Remember, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Pretty much every other day around 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay? I cannot do it the other days because I go to class. Okay? Sometimes I could do it a fifth day if that's possible at all, but I will explain at due time why not. Well, basically because my grandmother stays at home and cannot make so much noise during the weekends. So that's the main explanation, just trying to be brief and quick about it. But essentially that. So yeah, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I really hope you're looking forward to this new show that is going to be basically duplicated, but also with a pre-recorded version that probably many of you were wondering what happened to that. Well, there will be pre-recorded stuff on weekends. I think I mentioned that before, but I'm just clarifying this again. On weekends, you will see pre-recorded stuff on different channels, including this one, of course, and on the weekdays, or the working days, whatever, live shit. But yeah, I'm not giving up on pre-recorded stuff, in case you're wondering. Thank you very much again, and I'll see you on the live stream or here if you want to comment. So yeah, thank you very much.